Poppy Playtime Chapter 1 officially launched in October of 2021, with the release of Chapter 1 a tight squeeze. Since then, it has expanded into an episodic-like series, with later chapters launching in 2022, 2024, 2025, and most recently, 2026. But before Chapter 5's release, the biggest question was floating around.
Is Chapter 5 the last chapter of the entire game?
But with no announcement or confirmation from the devs that this was the last chapter, a lot of people quickly flocked to the idea that it wasn't the last chapter. Even some casual fans of Poppy Playtime were confused. A lot of them even thought it was. An example is Beckbro Jack, a loved childhood caring YouTuber.
And today might just be our last playtime.
But he and many others were proven wrong.
Get up. What?
And that placed a major question in the minds of Poppy Playtime theorists, casuals, and gamers. How long is Mob gonna drag this? But to understand the meaning of this question, we need to go back to 2015, when Mob Entertainment was founded by brothers Zach and Seth Bellinger. It started as a YouTube animation channel called Enchanted Mob. The studio later rebranded to Mob Games and then went to Mob Entertainment. They are best known for creating, of course, Poppy Playtime. But before all the fame, when they were established, they were just a small little indie company. And then eventually, like I said, they dropped Poppy Playtime. It was a massive success, flying off digital shelves when big creators like Corey Kenshin and Markiplier played it. So many people were interested in this blue Sour Patch-like character. Chapter 2 came out, rode that momentum like crazy, and printed even more money. But behind the scenes, Mob Entertainment was starting to leak as a sort of greedy company. You see, following the release of Chapter 1, they dropped NFTs that, when bought, would give you hints at Chapter 2. In the minds of most fans, this was completely criminal. Having to pay money to find out what your new favorite game would end up as, this turned so many fans off. But at the same time, a lot of fans stayed dedicated, hoping that this was a one-off thing. And for the most part, it was. I mean, following Chapter 2 and the way into Chapter 3, they dropped Project Playtime. And sure, that had a battle pass and skins you could buy, but all free-to-play games are doing that nowadays, so it didn't seem like much for Mob. Chapter 4 released and the price was $20. Now this wasn't anything crazy because all the chapters increased by $5 in price every year, but people were saying Chapter 4 didn't increase in quality, didn't increase in overall gameplay, and they were getting scammed for that extra $5. But at the same time, it seemed necessary to get Chapter 4 because for many people, Chapter 5 was going to be the last. So having the last game before the last game seemed extremely important, so a lot of people just forked and caved and paid that $20. So even though it was basically the worst game in the series, they still cashed in on Chapter 4, and riding this momentum, they led into Chapter 5. The hype going into Chapter 5 was unparalleled. They were going to be revealing the design of their most popular villain, the prototype, and to many, this might be the last installment of their favorite game. But with silence from Mob Games, everyone was confused. But of course, Mob is silent about these things most of the time, so a lot of people just assumed they were hiding the fact that it was the last chapter, so a lot of people downloaded it not knowing that, which is why it broke so many records. But that led to Mob making money that they shouldn't have got because people thought it was going to be the last game, and Mob loved it. Mob loves money. And sure, they didn't make any announcements or confirmations that it was the last chapter, but at the same time, they didn't say it wasn't. And then it all started clicking in my mind. The NFTs, the high cost of skins in a game they don't even support anymore, it all makes sense. Mob, of course, like any business, they're in the game for money. That's obvious. But there's so many games that don't do what they do, that aren't greedy like they are. So finally, what's the answer to the question, how long are they dragging this out? Well, you see, the most obvious first answer for a money-hungry company is 7 chapters. But that might not be the right choice for them. You see, many creators, including Markiplier, have given up on the game because of how much they're dragging out and because the quality of the games are worsening. So if they drag it out to 7 chapters, that's more chapters for people to hate on, aka less revenue. Sure, they're gonna be able to create more plushies and more stuff like that if 7 chapters release, aka 2 more from what we have right now, but at the same time, no one's gonna respect their projects again. So when it comes to longevity, they might have to stick with 6 chapters. So with that being said, let me know what you thought of in the comments. I know this is my first video back in like a month or so, but it's feeling like a year. But make sure to click on the video on screen if you want some more Poppy Playtime content, and don't forget to subscribe. Stay safe, God bless, goodbye.